So today we're going to work for about 30 minutes, maximizing strength in our core and our upper body. Also doing some inner thigh work, which is, of course, is part of our core strength. You want to be sure that you practice within a range of motion that's safe for you. Everybody is unique, and you want to just maximize again for your particular practice. And even though we're going to be pretty efficient with our movements and put some upper body weights into the yoga motions, we want to keep it a practice that nurtures both your body, mind, and also your spirit. So I have a yoga block. I'm sitting up on a bolster, but you don't have to, you could just sit on the ground. And I have some lightweight dumbbells, so we're going to use those. So we'll start by just taking a few deep breaths, sitting up tall, perhaps closing your eyes if you're comfortable. Just start to follow your breath. Feel your hips root down, maybe lean into the back side of your body slightly. You can keep your eyes closed. If it's okay with your spine, just drop your chin toward your chest. There's your exhale. Inhale, stack your head back over your shoulders. On your next exhale, maybe take your right ear to your right shoulder. So I'm acting like a mirror. Inhaling through center. Maybe exhaling, left ear to left shoulder. And inhaling through center, just moving with the breath. Exhaling, look over your right shoulder. Inhale through center. Get tall and exhale. Look the other way. And then we want to start to make the motions a little bit bigger. So inhaling, take your arms out to the side. And exhale, gently pull your elbows toward your waist. Again, moving with the breath. Inhaling, expand your arms out. Feel how your shoulder blades widen. Exhaling in. Again, inhaling, maybe go a little higher. Just notice your back body expand as your arms come up. Exhaling. Use some isometric pressure to draw the elbows in. So one more time, inhaling, arms up. And exhaling in. Good, and on your next inhale, get really, really tall. And on your exhale, twist towards your right. Pull that low belly in, just corkscrew around your spine. Take a couple of breaths here. Find one place to rest your gaze. Inhale, get really, really tall again. And exhale, go to the other side. So mostly twisting from your waist and above your waist. Hips stay heavy. And then come on back to neutral. And we're just going to go straight to the side now. So like your upper body, you squish between two pieces of glass. Reach one arm way up. Take the other hand a little bit away from your body and give yourself some space. And fold straight over. Just look down at your hand. Good. Inhale and come on back up through center and exhale. Neutralize and inhale, get really, really tall. And exhaling, folding over. And then inhale, come on back up to center. I'm going to move the bolster out of the way. So if you're sitting on a block, just come onto your mat and grab hold of your block. So we're going to plant our feet and just start to wake up our inner thighs. You can hold the backs of your thighs, or you could make this more of a core strengthener by keeping your arms reaching forward. So as you inhale, lift your chest. And as you exhale, keep your feet rooted, but squeeze the block with your knees. Inhaling, lift your chest. Exhale, squeeze the block with your knees. So maybe you would alternate inhaling, arms forward. Exhaling, squeeze the block with your knees. Then hold on to your thighs. Inhaling. And exhaling, squeeze the block with your knees. So another variation might be to inhale, lift your heels. And exhale, squeeze with your knees. So 3 different variations. One more time. Inhale, get tall. Exhaling, squeeze with your knees. Good. And gently release. Let go of the block, and right away we're going to come to all fours. So spread your hands wide, fingertips wide. Wrists right under the shoulders. Push into the thumb side. And just some basic cat-cow. So inhaling, lifting your chest. Crown of the head, tailbone, exhale. Start from the base of the spine, hollow out. It's okay with your spine. So always moving from the core, the pelvis, inhaling, arch. And exhaling, hollow out. Get long in both directions, inhaling, arch. And exhaling, hollow out. Maybe move your head around a little bit in this Halloween cat shape. Just getting the tension out of your neck and shoulders. And then come on back to neutral. And we're going to extend that motion. So again, I'm going to be like your mirror. So you're going to inhale the right leg out, left arm up. Exhale, use your balance, knee to elbow. Do that 2 more times this side on your breath. Looking forward. And then pulling in. Just changing your gaze is a real balance challenge, and gently release. And right away we'll go to the other side. So inhaling, other leg out, arm forward. Exhaling, knee and elbow in. 2 more. Reaching further than you think you can. Pull it in. And gently release. Rock your hips from side to side. And just explore your low back by rocking back towards a child's pose. So maybe shifting your weight a little bit. Maybe coming onto your elbows. Maybe your head's able to drop all the way to the ground. Again, just working within your own limits. Planting your hands, come on back up to all fours. So moving with intention. Bring one leg forward. That would be your right leg if you're being my mirror. Just gotta use the block for a moment. Stretch into that hip flexor. And then on an inhale, lift up and back. Draw the knees toward your toes toward your knee. Try not to shift over onto that standing leg, but keep your body weight right down the midline. You'll feel the stretch differently. Good. And then inhaling, come on back. So I'm going to move the block and grab hold of the weights, right? And I'm just going to keep my arms at a 90-degree angle. Take a few deep breaths. So one variation here might be, if you're nice and stable, make sure you got a wide enough base so you might take that front foot out to the edge of your mat a little bit. You could, keeping everything right where it is, lift that back knee. Just a variation. And then with control, floating it back down. Then I'm going to put both weights in one hand. Just bring my hand to my hip to support my low back. And do some gentle bicep curls. So exhaling on the exertion, the curl. Inhaling, release. So you could challenge yourself by doing this with your toes curled under and your back knee lifted. Or you could stay here. Just breathe. Again, working within yourself. This is not easy, but worth it, right? I think that was 10. I'm going to gently release the weights, being mindful of the low back. All right, use your block. Come on up onto your knees for a moment. Just like you're standing in Tadasana, just neutralize. So we use our breath to calm the body and the mind. And then we'll go to the other side. So we'll start with just an easy low lunge, exploring that hip flexor. Keeping the spine long in both directions. You're going to inhale, hips up and back, right along the midline, so not flopping toward that back knee. Draw your toes back toward your knee. Really important to keep our hamstrings loose, especially important for our posture. And then inhaling, come on back. Pick up my weights. Again, just coming to a 90-degree angle. So the neck and jaw are soft. Make sure you're nice and stable. Maybe you want to try this side, curl your toes under and lift the back knee. It's just a practice. It's not too soon to congratulate yourself for showing up. And then, maybe using the block for some support, or put your hand on your sacrum for support. Just some easy bicep curls. Use your breath. Exhaling. Keep your gaze steady. Push into that entire front foot. I think we have 2 more. Nice. So being mindful of your low back, gently releasing the weights. Come back to all fours. Get these out of the way. All right. My hands are right under my hips. And my shoulders, I'm going to walk them one hand length forward, curl my toes under, and that's the perfect length for a down dog. So if your hamstrings are tight, you can keep your knees a little bit bent, right? But as your hamstrings get looser and your calves, that back side of the body stretches out, you might start to straighten your legs. Think about rotating your inner thighs inward and squeezing your upper arms toward your ears. Full body engaged. One more breath. And then soften your knees and walk your feet in to meet your hands. So grabbing a hold of a block if it's helpful, right? Makes our arms longer. I'm going to turn forward so that you can see me, but you don't have to. I'm going to work with my feet 2 fist widths apart and sit down into this imaginary chair. So you want to think about lengthening the sacrum, the low back. I'm going to take this block and put it between my knees again. Right? Maybe further up in my upper thighs. I'm going to inhale, stand up. Exhale, squat. Inhale, stand up. And exhale, squat. Keep squeezing, root your feet. Inhaling, stand. Exhaling, squat. Knees right out over the toes. Just keep breathing. So good for our lower body strength. Three more. Inhale, get tall, even as you ground your legs. One more. And exhaling. Good, you're gonna release that block. Just gonna come to a half forward fold. Feel that back body stretch. Engage your quads, that'll help release the hamstrings. And soften the knees. And come on up to standing. Inhaling, take your fingertips up in the air. On an exhale, just hold elbow to elbow. Keep your lower ribs tucked in, but just draw your upper arms back. Then inhale, arms up, and then just switch the hold on the elbows for a couple of breaths. And release. Good. So we are going to work our upper body and our core by doing some of our arm strengtheners on one leg. All right? So find your tree pose. Maybe keep your foot on your calf. Use your drishti. Take your arms, your weights out to the side, palms facing up, and pulse up for 10. 1, 2, 3. Use your breath. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Turn your palms facing down and isometrically push down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. We're going to shift our weight to the other side. And we're going to do some deltoid work. So it's like you're holding a giant beach ball. You want to keep your elbows above your wrists. I'm in that tree pose. We're going to do this 10 times. Just breathe. Exhale. Three more. Super efficient way to work our core. Nice. Okay, so come back to two legs. I'll turn sideways just so you can see me. Back into that chair pose. You're going to hold your weights by your wrist, and all we do is extend the lower arm. Keep breathing. You could squeeze the block between your knees here if you want. Crown the head out long. Four more. And come on to standing. So we're going to repeat the first two exercises, but standing on the other leg. So shift your weight to that leg that you did second. Take your arms out to the side. And here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Great for a posture. And 1, palms down. 10, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Right? Then we're going to go to the other side and repeat our deltoids. So like you're holding a beach ball. Nice and calm. All that wobbling, it's making your ankles stronger. Drop your tailbone, pull your low belly in. 3 more. Beautiful. So this time we're going to put both weights together and stay standing tall for our triceps. So you're going to squeeze your upper arms toward your ears, soften your knees, and inhale, just extend up. There's your exhale. Inhale, exhale, extend up. Keep squeezing those elbows towards your ears. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And gently release. And let that go. Okay, so coming to the top of your mat, just going to move a little bit. Right, so exhaling, releasing your hands. Modified sun salutation, inhaling, arms up. Soften your knees, exhaling, fold forward. Wherever it's safe for you, then inhale, extend the legs, reach the crown of the head out long. Exhaling, bend the knees, take that right leg out in high lunge. All right, and then float that back knee down. So moving with the breath, nice and fluid. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to the mat. Inhaling, modified plank, right? And exhaling, lower your body down to the mat. So push the top of the feet into the mat. Let's take our arms out to the side, fingertips forward of the shoulders. Do 3 easy cobras. Push your pelvis into the mat. Inhaling, lengthen the upper back. There's 1, and exhale. Inhale, gently arch. 2, shouldn't be any pain in the low back. And inhale, gently arch. 3, and exhale, release your hands underneath your shoulders, squeeze your elbows in. Coming back up to modified plank, curl your toes under, lift your hips up and back for down dog. Take a couple of breaths. Inner thighs rotate, upper arms squeeze. Then you're going to lift that right leg up in the air, pull the knee toward the chest, touch your knee to your elbow, come back to the middle, cross the body, knee to other elbow, come back to the middle, and you're going to bring that foot forward, knee right over the ankle, float the back knee down, and inhaling, fingertips up. Exhaling, hands to the mat, curl the back toes under, come all the way to half forward fold, spine long. Exhaling, soften the knees, fold like a ragdoll if you're able. Reverse your dive, arms to the sky. Exhaling, hands to the heart, and perhaps a breath of gratitude for this body that carries you. And we'll go again on the other side. So inhaling, arms up. Soften the knees, exhale, dive. Inhale, half forward fold, extend the back of the legs. And then the left leg goes back in high lunge, and then low lunge. Inhaling, fingertips up. Exhaling, hands to the mat. Inhaling, modified plank. Exhaling, bring yourself down. So you could do those 3 cobras, or if you wanted to, you could put your hands under your shoulders, maybe a little closer to your waist, and do a modified up dog. Maybe just gently rock the hips. 2 more breaths. Make the neck long. So wherever you are, come back to downward facing dog. Pull the low belly in, soften the knees, extend the spine. So the spine is nice and neutral here, right? Just one long line from the hips, out through the wrists. Maybe you start to extend your legs. And you lift your left leg up in the air, pull the knee toward the chest. Touch that elbow, knee back to center. Touch the other elbow, knee back to center, and then plant that foot. High lunge, low lunge. Inhaling, fingertips up. Exhaling, hands to the mat. Curl the back toes under, Come all the way to half forward fold, front of the head out long. Exhaling, softening wherever you can. Again, coming up to Tadasana, getting nice and tall. And exhaling, a breath of gratitude for this body that carries you. Then we're going to take a big wide straddle. Just do a little more inner thigh work. Right? So you can keep your hands on your hips to start now. Again, we're working with the breath. This is also great for the pelvic floor as well as the inner thighs. You're going to isometrically exhale and feel like you're dragging your heels toward one another, drawing your pelvic floor up. So inhale, relax a little bit. Exhale, draw the inner thighs in, drag your heels isometrically. Inhale, relax a little bit. Exhaling, draw in. Inhaling, relax. Exhaling, draw in. You wanted to challenge your balance, you could close your eyes, just make sure you do it safely. There's your exhale, inhale, and exhale, or just set your gaze in one place. We're gonna do 3 more. Draw in on your exhale. Soften your shoulders, soften the back of the neck. Last one. Inhaling. As you exhale now, we're going to take goddess pose. So try and get your toes, knees right out over your toes. All right, and just shift from side to side a little bit as you let your hips open. Right, take your arms out to the side. Let's keep our palms facing down for now. Inhale, one heel up. Put your left heel, put it down. Inhale, stay low, right heel up. Put it down. Inhale, both heels up. And release. And again, inhale, left heel up and down. Stay low, right heel up and down. Both heels up and release. Turn your palms facing up now and fold your upper arms, palms toward your ears. You're going to inhale, lift your heels. Find one place to rest your gaze. And take 3 deep breaths. You need to go a little bit lower. On your exhale, release your hands, release your heels, and as you inhale, squeeze your inner thighs as hard as you can. Heels drag toward one another. And let that go, turn your toes in. So very gently heel-toeing our way back to Tadasana. Good work. And come on back to the front of your mat. Inhaling, fingertips up. Exhaling, soften the knees, gently folding forward. Inhale, come halfway up, reach the crown of the head out long. Exhale, bend the knees, take your right leg way back in high lunge, float it down, just so we can bring the other leg to meet it. And just rock your hips from side to side a moment. Good, so we worked our shoulders a little bit, right? We want to give them a chance to open up. So you're going to walk your hands pretty far forward. The goal here is to keep your elbows straight. Again, shouldn't be any pain anywhere. And start to drop your chest, your ribcage towards the mat. Maybe your forehead rests on the ground or on a block. I'm going to feel this in the shoulder girdle. Lift those elbows. Inhaling, pull that low belly in and walk your hands back underneath your shoulders. And then we're going to thread the needle. So take your left arm and just tuck it right under your body. So again, resting your head on a block if it's helpful, or maybe you can get it to the ground. And then walk your front hand forward. So really settling into the shoulder. Maybe you turn that left palm facing up, palm facing down, just see what that feels like. A few deep breaths. It's a nice easy spinal twist as well. Soften somewhere.
top hand right back by your nose.
Come on back to neutral, and then we'll take that thread the needle to the other side. So take your arm underneath.
And softening the jaw, softening the shoulder, neck. One side might be different than the other. Just continue to work with what we have. Working to be the best version of ourselves. One more deep exhale. And inhaling. Come on back up.
We'll simply turn ourselves around so that we can float down onto our backs. Tuck your shoulder blades together, keep your knees bent. Just take a moment to check in with your body. Maybe it would feel good to turn your head from side to side a little bit. Already closing your eyes. So as we settle into Shavasana, know that you can vary it at any time, right? You could take a bound angle where the soles of the feet together or the knees flop open. You could keep your knees bent and do the opposite. Take your feet out to the edges of your mat and let your knees flop in. Get a nice and wide spaciousness of the sacrum. You could go to legs up the wall. You could put a pillow or a couple of blocks under your knees. Or simply stretch out completely. Try to get any props out of the way so that your body's completely free, not touching anything. If you're able to keep your palms facing up, it's a way to receive all the good energy that you've created. So one last time, congratulate yourself for showing up. And then just follow your breath. If your mind wanders, come back to your breath. Nothing else to do until you hear my voice again. So slowly and gently start to move from your fingers and your toes, eventually making the motions bigger. Maybe you take a big, long morning type stretch. So eventually you want to bend your knees if they're straight. Draw them into your chest, maybe rock them side to side a bit. You're welcome to keep your eyes closed as you gently push yourself up to seated. So find some length in your spine. Again, resting your backs to the palms on your knees with your palms facing up if you're comfortable doing that. So as Maya Angelou says, you may not be able to control all the events that happen to you, but you can choose not to let them diminish you. On your next inhale, bring your hands to your heart center. Exhaling, bow your head to your heart. Thank you for showing up and being the best version of yourself. Continuing to build strength balance, flexibility, and the all-important equanimity. The spirit in me honors the spirit in you. Namaste. Have a great day.